Welcome to another session on SBOM certain guidelines. In this session, we will be discussing about SBOM standards and SBOM formats. In today's software supply chain, transparency is very much critical. So that's where exactly the SBOM came into picture. But for SBOM to be useful, they must be like mission readable formats. That means there should be a structured format and uh, that is easy and standardized manner, which is maintained and processed by your tools. So in this particular video, we will be exploring the key standards like SPDX, CycloneDX, and the common formats used to express SBOMs like JSON, YAML, XML. So in this, each format has its standards as well as formats. Each has its own strengths, and understanding this will help to choose the right one for your ecosystem. So let's begin this. Here, why exactly the SBOM standards mattered? First thing was mission readable. It has automated generation and parsing of SBOM. Tools can process it instantly. No manual intervention is required. Scale to a large software portfolios. What exactly it means was the tools can automatically generate and understand them. No like manual editing or no copy paste works is required. Everything is in a structured way. That means the software can instantly process that in a structured manner. This is very much critical when you are dealing with hundreds or thousands of components in your application. And the second main reason was interoperable. That means it works across the organizations and compatible with the different tools, universal understanding, and seamless data exchange. What exactly it means was the different components. Uh, these can work across the different companies as well as the tools and ecosystems. Whether you are using a security scanners or a license checkers or some CI/CD pipelines. So a standardized SBOM can plug in a right way, and everyone speaks the same language. So that is exactly interoperable. Interoperable. Okay. It's like a standardized maintainable. Okay. And the third main like why exactly the SBOM standards matter was standardization. It is consistent format globally, industry acceptable structures, and compliance ready, reduces the implementation costs. Uh, no matter who creates the SBOM, a vendor or a developer or any builder tool, the format stays the same. So this makes very much easier for the audits, and sharing will become easy, and we can easily comply with the regulations. That is exactly the purpose of the standardization. Okay, so sorry. That is exactly one of the reason why the SBOM standards are required: mission readable, interoperable, and standardization. Okay, and here there are two main standards of SBOM. If you see, the SPDX is the one format, and not a format; it is a standard. A format is something different. I will discuss about that also. And CycloneDX one format. So first SPDX, which stands for Software Package Data Exchange. It was created by a Linux Foundation, and it is now an official ISO standard. This is the ISO number, ISO IEC Finance 62 2021 standard, and this SPDX primarily focuses on license compliance and transparency. It supports many formats like JSON, XML, YAML, RDX, RDF, tag value, and even Excel also. SBOM, SPDX is best when you need a detailed documentation and some legal clarity also. Okay, especially for open source projects. So the next one was CycloneDX. Uh, the name itself, CycloneDX, and it is developed by the OApps Foundation, and it is a special future. Its special feature is a security first approach. So the CycloneDX majorly focuses on the cyber security as well as vulnerability tracking. It supports formats like JSON, XML, and uh, protocol buffers, which are greater for fast data exchange. And the SPDX is ideal for security teams for managing the risks and tracking the vulnerability across the software components. So, in short, if you wanted to just say about the SPDX, it is like a legal control, and it is very much precise and detailed like inventory of SBOM. And coming to the CycloneDX, it is like a security dashboard which is focused on specific security aspect, and it is very much fast compared to the SPDX. So both are free as well as open source and widely spread, and many organizations follow these standards. Now coming to the next one, where we will be discussing about a quick comparison between the SPDX and CycloneDX. If you see, the origin for the SPDX was Linux Foundation, and for CycloneDX it is WAPS Foundation, and the standards for SPDX, it is there ISO IEC 5962/2021, and there is no ISO standard, but it is widely adopted in security circles. This CycloneDX, and the primary use for SPDX focuses on license compliance, and the CycloneDX primary focus and use case was security and risk. And coming to the maturity, the SPDX it's been since 2021, and it is like more mature compared to the CycloneDX. CycloneDX was started from 2017. And next one, coming to the license focus. We know SPDX is primarily focused on the legal license aspect, so it is a very much excellent for tracking the licenses, whereas CycloneDX, it supports licenser too, but it's not as deeply supported by the SPDX. And coming to the security focus, like CycloneDX obviously shines more in with respect to the security, and SPDX has a basic security features or checklist, we can say, and the VEX support both the standards. VEX is basically vulnerability exposability exchanger, which helps to clarify which vulnerabilities actually matters. So both of the SPDX as well as CycloneDX supports the VEX format. And the industry adoption, the SPDX is popular with government as well as enterprise industries, and the CycloneDX is widely used for DevSecOps teams and the security professionals. So in short, we can say we can use the SPDX when legal clarity and license tracking are more priority. And we can go with the CycloneDX when security and vulnerability management becomes the first priority. And coming to the last slide, where we will be discussing on some key elements that will appear in both the formats, irrespective of SPDX and CycloneDX. These are building blocks for any SBOM, no matter which standards or formats you choose. The first one was component identity. This includes the component name, who is the supplier, and what is the version, and what is the unique identifier, like PURL, package URL, and CPE. It's like labeling every ingredients in a recipe very clearly and uniquely. Okay, and the second thing was dependencies. So SBOM shows how components depends on each other. You will see direct dependencies, transitive dependencies, and even a tree structured that maps out the relationship of the each dependencies. This will basically helps you to understand what's connected to what, and where the risk might be spread across with, through which component it was spreading, like that. And then the third one was licensing. So SPDX and CycloneDX both includes the license types, license text, copyright information, and compliance status. So this is very crucial information for legal clarity, especially when using open source components. And the next thing was security, which is another core element after the license part. Uh, SBOMs can list the known vulnerabilities using the CVEs, security advisories, patch status, and even risk assessment also. This security will help for the security teams for prioritizing what needs to be fixed early and how to prioritize the things accordingly. And the next thing was metadata. It is also included. This includes who is the author of this particular information, and timestamps when the SBOM was generated or updated, the tools used to generate the SBOM, and the SBOM version. This adds a traceability of the SBOM, and it will build certain context around the components, and it's kind of metadata. And finally, integrity. SBOMs can include a file hashes, checksums, as well as digital signatures and verification data. So this integrity basically ensures the SBOMs doesn't, uh, it won't be tampered, and it will maintain certain integrity. It won't matches with the others. Whenever the actual component is there, it will matches with that only. Okay. So in short, use the SPDX for deeper compliance and legal dependencies or documentation information, and you can go with the CycloneDX for security operations and vulnerability tracking part. And you can use both. They complement each other, and they can be collaborated beautifully to fulfill the your organization needs. Okay, so yeah, these are the things I wanted to discuss in this particular video, and we'll come with a new video in some time. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching.